Friday Night Live with your host, your brother Nico, and the Free, and recently escaped from the basement, Hoodies. And now for the car wreck of the show, welcome to the Cross and Fizz.
What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Ethos.
And I am Freak, and welcome to the show.
Welcome to tonight's video, guys. We're looking forward to hanging out with you guys because, you know, your bros love some Space Marines, and there's so many good things announced for the Space Marines. We're hyped, and yeah, man, we can't wait to talk about.
Wait. I need to do this because, you know, say it again.
Space Marines!
Right, yeah. Air horn love there.
SSDD. What up, fam? Hellworks, good to see you, brother. Who took my dice, of course, said... I'm sorry, who took my dice? Ultramarines and beyond. I said, have a great night, gents. You rock. You're not crying, my wallet is crying. Oh, that is so fair. So fair. So much goodness revealed. Oh, man. So you're right. But yeah, which has been even more motivating. Like, after seeing all that stuff, like, it's been even more motivating for me to work on my Ultramarines. And of course, you know, a lot of the times when they show off this great stuff, a lot of it's shown off as Ultramarines, and then of course there's always some of the other flavors involved. But for like 40K, like I know 30K, the Imperial Fists are the poster boys. But
hey,
Ultramarines are the poster boys for the 40K stuff. So,
Yeah.
man, I tried real hard for the thumbnail tonight to find some of the new reveals done as Imperial Fist, but the closest thing I found was still Sons of Dorn, but I had you up there as a Crimson Fist.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, as long as you're fisting, you're having a good time, right?
Yeah. All them fisted. What?
All right, but yeah, there's tons of stuff for us to talk about regarding all of that. But what about you guys? What are you guys up to? What is your week like? What are you working on? What you got coming up this weekend? It's a holiday weekend, baby!
Yay! I can't wait.
So with that holiday weekend, of course, we're going to be enjoying some of that extra time. Yeah, so we're gonna be getting on the tables, of course, with some tabletop gaming, of course.
Yeah, right.
Working and Diablo 4. Oh, I'm so jealous. Freak out!
I
Diablo
just
4.
got it.
Man,
I just freaking got it, man. Oni convinced me to get it, and it's 25% off right now. So instead of the 69, I got it for like 54 or something like that.
Man, I have played all through the beta demo for, as long as it was going. I was trying to tell Freak this whole time. Freak wasn't interested a lick. And then eventually afterwards, he's like, I'm not really interested in Diablo 4, but let's play this free-to-play one. I said, okay, cool. And I've been saying
Diablo, was it Diablo? Frig. It's the, I forgot the mobile one.
But man, I have been excited for Diablo 4 for months, and Freak was never phased. And then he had to talk with Oni, and then he bought Diablo 4. And I was like, what?
Damn.
I was like, dude, you got to hop on and play with me during this beta. It's free to play all weekend. He's like, I'm not interested.
Hey, I did play Overwatch with you. I mean, and I liked it.
Oh, no, Overwatch for sure. I was just saying, like, when I was doing the beta for Diablo.
Immortal, yes. Thank you, Hellchild. Yes, it is the Diablo Immortal. I actually like the mechanics on that. Although I did notice that the Crusader is not in the Diablo 4. Which
I'm going to be sad not having my Blood Knight.
Yeah.
I really like the Blood Knight from Immortal.
Yeah, but I mean, but for the most part, it's. I mean, I started a Necromancer, and I didn't get very far. I was just kind of testing it to see the mechanics. It's a little different than Immortal, but I like it, dude. I've forgotten how much I really enjoyed that kind of gameplay because it reminds me a lot of Baldur's Gate. Oh, it's been a while because I hadn't played that since 2. So, man.
Ooh, what's the new class? Do you know, Hellchild? Have they announced yet?
It's vampires.
Vampire.
Yeah,
they're Pika Game.
Oh God.
That was unrelated.
I don't know. Yeah, from what I understand, this season or pass or whatever is going to be introducing 2 vampires now.
Season 2 is vampires.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they start the season Saturday, actually.
I wonder if there's any similarity between vampires and the Blood Knight.
That's possible. Perhaps.
Season 4, they add a 6th class. Nice.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
No, Freak. Man, what you got for a poke chop, baby? What you been up to this week? Is there any people to even talk about our pork chop? What we got? We got 3 whole people watching it.
All right. Oh, good. They can listen to our pork chops. I hadn't been doing a whole lot. I did finally put the model together that I'm planning to do the tutorial on. It's this guy right here. So this little fella here is going to get some paint on him pretty soon, and we're gonna record it. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to show how I do my highlights and and my shading and all that good stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of people paint their yellow or Imperial Fist differently, but the techniques can be used not just for yellow, it can be used for just about any color, really. Who's digging me?
It wasn't me.
Brother Thomas. I can't see it. I can't get to that.
This weekend is 25% experience boost and gold boost. Nice.
But I have been playing a little bit of Conan, and like I said, I put this sucker together. What else? My biggest thing, because I had to move, so that's one of the things that I pretty much had to do through the week, is I had to move my office work stuff from one of the bedrooms. I only have 2 bedrooms in this house. It's a farmhouse. It's just me and my wife. And so I was actually officing out of Nina Chick's old room. Problem is, over the weekend, I had the family come over, and this stuff went missing. And I'm like, where is this? Where's this? Crap. And I'm finding it all busted up, laying in the closet next to the toy boxes. I'm like, you know what? I need to get out of here. Really, I'm not even mad at the kids, because, you know, this is where they play. This is where they know to play. So I'm not going to do that. Surprisingly, they didn't touch my guitars. They didn't touch with any of that. And it was sitting there on a stand, and nope, they went for the Shining. You know, they went for my Game Boy thing, and, you know, but it was all good. So I went in. I started making room on my desk here. So on this side, this is all my workspace, and I was able to make it to where it all fits perfectly. My workspace here, and I've got my my curved display here, and then my other one next to it. So now I have them side by side instead of having it over here. You guys probably seen that monitor. It's a different monitor, but this monitor here. And that's what I would run my OBS and, you know, the show stuff. Now I have them side by side, and I also have my TV linked to it as well with one of those airdrop things. So it's pretty cool. Now, so technically, I have three monitors, if you will. One's actually Bluetooth to the TV, so I can actually showcase that. So yeah, I started doing a lot of changes and, you know, making myself some room, cleaning it up, because it was absolutely terrible. I had no visible space on my tabletop or my desk at all, and cleaned my desk as well. I had not done that in like forever, and it's actually nice to see the color of, you know, the veneer of the desk. So I'm hoping to keep it that way. I don't know how long that's going to stay, because I'm an absolute slob. I'm ADHD, and
Some of us.
Oh boy, you know, I get right to it. I'll never make a mess. I'll make a mess, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything anymore. I hate this. And I clean it, and I'm excited again. Do stuff, make a mess again. Like, I don't want to do any more work. You know.
Some of us are the epitome of the, you know, messy desk with a clear 6x6 working area.
Yeah. And then, so that's kind of what I've been doing. So I kind of worked my way from here all the way around. I got to my printers. I actually finally was able to move my FDM printer next to my resin printer. So those two are side by side now. And I cleaned all this. I got all the stuff off the floor. Moved the cables around the speakers and all that stuff. Hung up my I even hung up my my VR crap. How else do I want to do that? Let me just turn this off. Hung up my VR controllers. You know, if I have friends over, or if the kids want to come play VR, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's definitely was a lot of work. I still got so much to do, because that side of the room is a disaster. You can see that's like there's a whole bunch of crap sitting right there. That's because I'm just kind of slowly working it all out. And eventually I'll move my drums back in, but I'm going to put it in a way where it's not in the middle. It has, gives me some space. But yeah, man. What is this clear you speak? Fair enough,
right?
Man. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a work day. We're not even going to go riding. I was telling Mythos. Typically on weekends, my wife and I will ride. Take our motorcycles and we'll ride. Sometimes Oni will hang with us. But tomorrow it's strictly work. I got to work in the chicken coop. It's pretty much almost like farm work. I got to clean out all of their crap. I've got rabbit crap I got to clean out. It's just, and we're gonna hopefully try to get Marcos Castellanos. Wow!
Wow!
Thank you very much.
It's almost October, Marcos.
I lack the wow.
It's almost October. Less than 30 days to go. Let's go. Freak, you gonna break out any of your Orky projects for October? You got it. Wow, we got Roxy over there. I mean, Glamour Smashed Face. Yeah, we gonna be doing some Orky goodness.
Yep. I pulled it out, dude. I pulled it out aside. I got it right next to my desk, and because that's gonna be my next big project.
It's always October. Yeah, unless you cycle between 7 different armies.
Oh yeah, right, pretty much.
I can't wait for October. I need to start painting again. Oh man, I always love seeing your work, man. I can't wait for you to be able to paint, do some painting again. Roxy heard the wah.
Yeah, when I was cleaning, I ran into that box. I'm like, oh my god, I've been meaning to do this. I'm going to set this aside because I want to start working on this. So here it is, right over there. Nice. Pretty excited.
You never got a chance to do that War Boss on bike, right? The Ghost, the Ghost Rider War Boss.
Nope, I have been sweating that you asked me that for the longest of time. And no. And it's not because I didn't want to do it or anything like that. It's because I started putting it together, and because of the mess that I had, it fell off the desk and busted in 4 spots.
Oh,
it's freaking resin, dude. I was so pissed. Now, the resourceful dumbass that I am, I was able to actually salvage the majority, and in the cleaning, I actually found the wrist and the hand that's holding, because I couldn't find that.
The whip, the chain whip.
No. The one that's got the one of the handlebars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was missing. I'm like, oh, dude, I was so mad. I was missing part of the forks and the wheel. That went into oblivion, and I found all those. So now I have all those parts. Now I just have to take the time and slowly glue them back together. I don't know how I'm gonna pin them. I'm probably gonna. You know what? I got some ideas. I'm gonna try. I'm thinking of using some actual resin and then, glue it first and then
resin and UV it.
And UV it, yeah. And
I've seen people do that.
Yeah, that's just something, so we'll see. If I can get to salvage it, I want to do it because I've been dying to paint that thing, and it's just been such a, I'm telling you, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to explain to Mythos that I'm such a dumbass and I broke the gift he gave me.
I would say probably the same way that I explained to our friend that the Leviathan Dreadnought that they so carefully and lovingly put time into was busted up by the time they got to me. Yeah. Except you actually, told me. I never told our friend. I just kind of, fixed it up as best as I could, and unfortunately, it was no longer painted by the end of that.
Right. And what can you do? So yeah, I'm excited. I finally found. I'm serious. I swept all this. It was so nasty, and because this is all concrete floors. There's no tile. There's only have one square piece of carpet here that helps deaden the room a little bit. But aside from that, it's just all concrete. And yeah, man, I had to sweep all this up. It was just funky.
I Like Game says, I'm going to send y'all orcs next weekend. Thank you so much, my friend. We're still taking donations. Actually, Glamour Smash Face there in the chat is the person, Roxy, that we were talking about. And so
Yes.
all the orky donations are for her.
Yes. Super excited.
Super excited. Mythos send freak my neck. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if for some reason it didn't come through, said message unavailable, message is not available on this app. I don't know why.
I got you, Thomas, baby. That is what he's been doing for his poke chop.
Let us see.
Okay, I sent it to Art of the Week, so we can
Okay.
use that.
Is that the one?
That's me. I'm Roxy Orso right here. Roxy, Queen of the Orcs. Roxy, Queen of Crump.
Wait, what? What is this? Is that
You know-
Mr. Necromancer?
Yeah, Thomas is super high level. He does all that N tier, rating and stuff like that.
Damn. Dude, do you ever sleep? Oh my god, dude.
I think he works 23 hours a day, so in that time,
Yeah,
also
he just-
fitting in rating,
Level 60
for
necro. Oh my god. That's so funny because my necro is like so scrawny and emaciated. It just looks pathetic. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
how is he gonna pull out of this?
he's always telling me about the newest event armor sets he's getting and
Damn, dude.
seasons worth of armor and stuff like that. I'm like, holy crap, this man is
Jeez.
he is like the
He's
end
in it.
game,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
MMO end game. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely in it, man. She's pretty wild, man.
Marco says that overtime. Oh yes, Brother Thomas lives in
He's a
overtime.
hard ass worker, man. Brother Thomas is just making the bacon, baby.
Brother Thomas doesn't know how to relax, so anytime they call and said that they got overtime, boom, he just like Goku, he instant transmissions onto the site. All right, for my that is the end of your poke chop, I assume.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I played some Phasmophobia with
We
Brother
have.
Thomas this week,
Oh,
and
it was so
a
much
lovely
fun.
Lady Lily.
Yeah.
And Freak and I both died. I mean, like on a separate haunt, Lily died, but there was one that was so mean. We never got all the evidence, and it killed me and Freak. And basically, Lily had to speed run in, take pictures of both of our bodies, run out, and we just all guessed what the ghost was.
I think the saddest part about all that.
Hey, what? Oh yeah, one got all three of us.
Yeah.
in the asylum, I think.
Yes. The sad part of that is.
Oh no, that was in the camp.
This was an amateur.
Yeah. We're so good.
I'm like, what the hell? I mean, they have made updates to the game.
Yeah, this is-
It's
They did a hard reset. So like
Yeah.
we lost all of our gear and experience and all
Yeah.
that and had to start over from level 0. And so we
Now
don't
we're
have
gaining it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
and so we don't have nearly as much like the protection and stuff like that we had before. We're just kind of like feeling it out as we go. The hard reset and changed a lot of things too. So
Yeah, they did like some of the equipment that you have now is more like when you start, it's antiquated crap. Like no lie, the thermometer that we use, it's not the point click shoot. The thermometer we have looks like one of those old grandpa thermometer, mercury thermometers that you would hang on a wall. I call it the big old rectal thermometer because
he keeps calling it a rectal thermometer, but it's like 1.5 feet in length, and it's like 4 or 5 inches wide. And so that's the rectal thermometer that Freak is using. Then I mean, there's a major gap there. That's all I'm saying.
You mean that's not the size that they normally use? Asking for a friend. But man, so that's what they have, and then instead of the old K2 meter for the for EMF, they're using an analog, meter that for some reason they made it sound like a Geiger counter. The way to get anyway, and I'm trying to think. Oh. The video camera doesn't look like the nice updated video camera anymore. It looks like the old-fashioned big clunker Sony that takes those cassettes and stuff, and like golly. So, but it's still fun. It's a challenge, and we're slowly gaining our equipment, and our levels again. So yeah, it's been fun, man.
Yeah. Some of the changes to the levels are nice because. Like there are some where there's the very obvious hiding spots like lockers and stuff like that. But then there are some where they take away those things, but they have other like slightly less, but still fairly obvious ones where like they've pulled a dresser out from the wall to make a little V you can hide in and stuff like that. And, so the hiding spots are a little easier to find for us, which is cool. But yeah, they've definitely done some things to like, they're balanced stuff. Like so they've made some things a little more difficult, so some things a little less difficult. So it's a nice little mix. But yeah, that Myling, I think it was, ganked all three of them.
Yes.
Oh man, that was fun. Painting wise, I have had one of the best feelings this week where I buckled down and focused, and I finished up just a bunch of stuff that's been sitting at like 70-80% finished on my desk for months now, and just got a whole bunch of it done off the whip desk.
Wow.
So I'm going to swap cameras here. We take a look at some of the things that I did this week. Not all, the majority of this is my work. Some of it is not mine, but you'll see what I mean. Switch to the low-G webcam here. Hey, Marine, happy Friday, my brother.
Happy Friday, man.
All right, so I showed you guys last week where I was mostly finished with my Mechanicum servitors and Tech Priest for my Militarum, with the double plasma cannons here and double servo arms. So they got a little melee punch. They got a little plasma cannonry. That's a word. Trust me. Don't look it up. It's at the end of the book somewhere. But yeah, so I think the red of their Mechanicum armor and robes and the green of the swamp basing, they look pretty nice together. I'm pretty pleased with them. The next couple things I'm going to show you guys were like mostly done by Oni. He got them about 80% or so done, and I just kind of finished up a few things. So like here are these Terminators that Brother Oni started for me, and I just put some highlights on the leathers. I did some of the metallics like the hoses and piping and stuff like that on these beautiful Cataphractii models. The swords were just bare metal, so I just went ahead and added the same power effect I used across the rest of the army here. The missile pod I painted up. But yeah, he did all the blues and the gold and some of the metallics on the guns. So I just finished that. Plus, I did some chopping and changing and added on an assault cannon, because that was the only difference between mine and Freak's Terminator Squad, is that he was able to kill my Terminators because he had just that little bit more DACA with the assault cannon. And I happened to look in I had some Blood Angel Terminators, what are they called? The ones from 30K, Blood Angel Special Terminators. The Dawn Knights or something? I can't remember. Anyways, I noticed that my Blood Angel Cataphractii Terminators had the assault cannon option on. So we did some chopping and changing and painting them up. Honestly, the only reason I didn't have this before is because I was going to print. And that while I could find plenty of Terminators in the Cataphractii style, and plenty of Terminators with assault cannons. I could not find any Cataphracti with assault cannons, so we did some chopping and changing, and it came out all right. So yeah, like I said, I painted the missile pod here, and I did the basing, and because these are all, I mean, there are no job titles anymore, but in the old codexes, these are elites. I put the little orange blossoms on them, and yeah, so got them finished up. They got sealed today. Boom, 5 more models done. And same thing with these Hell Blasters here. For 4 of them, Oni did the majority of them. I just did the silver metallics on these guys. And there was the start of the power effect here. It was a fluorescent green. And I just added a couple more tones with some of the white glow in the coils. And that is really just not showing up. It's like, it's all white. That's what it is.
It's coming through.
Okay, so anyways, I'll put up some pictures on Instagram or something later, but yeah, I just added a few layers of colors to really make these plasma coils look like they were glowing. There was only 4 in this squad because I used one of my Hell Blasters in a different challenge. So I actually printed the sergeant here of the Hell Blasters. So this is from, this actually all printed in one piece, surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was a one-piece print, and I painted the whole thing. And so I did this complete one, and then I did like the plasma coils here and the silver metallics and the couple of purity seals you can see here. And then they got based up and sealed, and of course a little highlight on the leather. But yeah. Oh, and I did all of the Ultramarines decals on these guys. So boom, sealed up those guys and finished them today. Just again, feels so good to get the mostly done stuff actually into having them finished. And of course here again, same thing, Captain decal, and then a little bit of he had done some highlighting. I just added a little bit, make them a little more visible, highlights on the leather. And there was a bare metal sword, and of course I just want to keep my power swords consistent, so I just added the same power weapon effect that I do to everything else. And boom, sealed him up. Another one off the desk today. Now this one I did from start to finish. Really super happy. I started him, I think, during the show Friday last week or around there, and I'm really pleased with how he came out. This is this is a print that looks very similar to the Terminator in the Leviathan set. Coincidentally, of course. Roxy, I heard your story and it was sad. Oh, happy crowns, brother Marine. Roxy, I heard your story and it was sad. I can't imagine. I made about 1,000 orcs from kit bashing. I don't want to paint or play 40K, so they'll be going to you, someone that misses orcs and will. That's awesome. Get more out of having that will get more out of having them. That's amazing. Thank you so much, I Like Games. But yeah, this one actually I think came out a little bit thicker than the one out of the Leviathan box. But did my power sword effect. I did 3 tones of red here, starting from a dark, 4 actually, because dark corn red, and then 50-50 Nuln Oil and crimson red wash. And then back up to corn red, Mephiston red, and ended on, I actually ran out of my usual color, the Evil Sun's red that I usually use to highlight. So these guys actually allowed me to break out one of our new paints, the Pro Krill Bold Pyrol Red. And that actually worked a treat. Look how vibrant that Stormbolter came out. I usually do black cases on my bolters for my Space Marines, but I thought on a big imposing captain, I thought that would be a nice cornerstone model to really that vibrant dynamic kind of look. Speaking of vibrant and dynamic, my favorite.
Did it print with a cape like that?
Huh?
Did it print with a cape like that?
Yes.
Wow, pretty good.
Yeah, that's I shared that captain file with you. Yeah, it's all there. it even, if you want to go down the Lysander route, it's got some Thunderhammer and Stormshield
I
options.
was thinking of that. I think it'd be a really good conversion piece. He already
Dude,
has the
he'd be a beefy Lysander.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how the highlights on that cape came out. That's one of my favorite parts of it.
Oh.
And then I didn't like I printed the face that came with it and didn't like how it looked. And I put this Puppets War Space Marine face on. And I just think Puppets War has some super cool looking Space Marines. Yeah, there's something very Gundam looking about this style of Space Marine head from Puppets War. So.
Yeah, I do like that print, though.
So, yeah.
It looks good, too, by the way.
Thank you, brother. And this one is not quite complete. I have literally done everything, including the basing, but I'm not such a big fan of the head that came with this print. So I ordered another one out of the plastic set of the Contemptor from the last Heresy box set that came out, just to put a regular Contemptor head on. But yeah, all the other stuff is this print. By the way, big thanks to and this is actually a Contemptor last cannon. So this is GW, and this is GW adjacent. The missile pod there. Oh, I see. I missed a red spot there on one of my missiles. Hey, X-Gear, happy freaking Friday! But this print came from Brother Richard, who sent me this body a long time ago, about over a year ago, when I was going to go hard into my my Ultramarines. And then Imperial Guard slapped me out of nowhere, and I was stuck on that for a while. But yeah, that's this.
So beefy.
He's beefy. Yeah, he is such a cool looking stand-in for a Contemptor. He's got the las cannons. Y'all got the matching glow for the las cannons and the sword. The sword, by the way, when I told him this was the dreadnought I wanted, I never saw this in the kit or anything like this. This is something he surprised me throwing in the package. Was an Ultramarines. He's like, "This is for your Ultramarines? Okay, I got something for you." And it came with an Ultramarine sword, so that's cool. And then, like I said, I added in a Contemptor missile pod on the backpack. I really like the new style of 30K. What are they? What's the name of these missile launchers? They're
Oh god, it's like the
Cyclone missile launchers.
Cyclone, yeah.
Yeah, the other one was like a big T shape.
Yeah.
I think this one looks much cooler.
I like that one too. Yeah.
So.
I love that what you did for the last cannon glow. Yeah, dude, that's
Thank
great.
you. And I really so if those who don't know a lot about Space Marines, usually doing the white shoulder pads in place of their usual color usually denotes a veteran. And so and also on the helmet too. And so this one is going to have the white shoulder pads and the white helmet, showing that this guy was like some kind of veteran champion before he got interred into this dreadnought sarcophagus. So yeah. And also I like they usually talk about when you do alternate colors on your scheme, doing either the triangle shapes or the diamond kind of shapes to really bring your focal points together. So yeah. So yeah, that is everything. Look at all this. Like, that is a pile of stuff finished up this week.
Busy.
I'm really, really pleased with that. So that, and of course, the only other thing I've been doing for my poke shop is I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. I think I got to rank 50-ish in this week's season battle pass. And I played a little more Bloodborne, which I also got to like level 55-ish, and I'm still in the second area. I just like, there's something calming about running through the same levels over and over again, just gaining EXP. Through the same streets of Yharnam, where all the threats are. It's just grind EXP. I have a great idea for anyone who sends any donations. Y'all can name a knob and give a description of how it should look, and I'll bring it into existence. That's awesome.
So cool.
So there'll be a knob mob of the finest gets in the universe. That's awesome. That is so cool. All right, everyone. Shall we get into the news?
The news? What? Okay.
So for anyone, I have had a couple people ask about how our game went last time we did. Last time we did a show, we talked about how we were going to be having a game. We had started a game. We got into the first round. Then a family emergency came up, and we had to postpone the game. So we will be getting to play that game. And in the meantime, we still got a couple of bat reps we need to edit up and get out to you guys anyway. So there'll just be a little delay, but we've got some other stuff that we can start working on. Freak actually started editing our last battle report together this week. And so, yeah.
In the meantime, I'm making spaghetti.
Sketty! Why is all the liquid crowns gone?
Huh.
I hear that in the Jack Sparrow voice. But why is all the rum gone? Codex Space Marines and Heroes of the Chapter. That is, by the way, Space Marine 2 looks phenomenal. I think it's supposed to be coming out around my birthday. I can't wait to play it. But I've already got one complaint.
What?
Since it's going to be Tyranids and not orcs, there will be no war boss yelling in the background, Space Marines!
I told Methus every time he does it, it just sounds like someone's grandpa yelling. Space Marines!
Space Marines!
Get off my lawn!
You know what? You're a grandpa.
The Codex Space Marines. This is the comprehensive guide to the Adeptus Astartes in the latest edition of Warhammer 40,000. It contains 93 data sheets, somewhat slimmed down from the index, but still a massive roster, and 7 complete detachments. That means 7 ways to combine your units and 7 distinct styles of play, with 7 unique sets of enhancements, stratagems, and detachment rules.
Ooh, 7 detachments, you say?
6 of these styles bear a distinct resemblance to the favorite doctrines of specific first founding chapters: the Ultramarines, the Imperial Fists, the Iron Hands, the Salamanders, the Raven Guard, and the White Scars. But importantly, you are not limited by chapter. Any army can load up on Outriders and unleash a lightning assault with the Stormlance Task Force. You don't have to paint them white.
Now, Freak, I know you're very thematic.
Yeah.
And you will be tempted to pick one that it says something about vultures.
Maybe.
But you are no longer limited to the same chapter tactics because of your color. We now exist in a world without color, Freak. You can be anyone you want to be.
So what you're saying is there's no distinction.
Oh my goodness.
We're not special.
Or
No,
the Imperial Fists still have to be the weakest.
We are all the same. There is nothing setting us apart from the other. We're cookie cutter.
It's not cookie cutter. There's 7 different options to pick from. There's customization there. It's just not by the color of your armor.
Right. So we get to borrow each other's stuff. We all met together and it's like, hey, I got a great idea. You know what? Let's just all share all our stuff, right? And what makes you special, you know what? Won't make you special anymore. I'll pick it. You can pick it too, but I'll throw my stuff too. It won't make you special either, so you can use my stuff.
Another way to look at it, though, is that if you have 7 different flavors of Space Marines, one is always going to be the best, and one is always going to be the worst. Right? And for a lot of those, there was an edition where Imperial Fists were the best, but for a lot of the times, they were on closer to the worst end of the scale.
True. This is true.
And so now, no one has to be on bottom. They can pick what they want to pick.
Oh, I know. I agree. I think that was GW's answer to, what's going on with the Space Wolves and Imperial Fist and all these other chapters, because that's I know that a lot of people have been complaining. It's like, oh hell, man. I mean, kind of like what I was saying. That doesn't make it special. Okay, well, you know what? That's it. I'm tired of bitching. Everybody's going to get the same rules, so nobody's special. All y'all are saying, shut the hell up and get out my damn room.
Why do Iron Hands get to be the strongest? You know what? None of y'all are the strongest now. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody got the same thing. Get out my damn room.
And then Iron Hands are over there with their lips stuck out, kicking dirt at you like you got me in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And then me mugging the Imperial Fist. I'm gonna kill you like I did last time. Ma, Dad, don't make me come in there. Yeah.
Roxy says, "You know what? Only Eldar wins now." You right. Keegan, what up, baby? Keely wants to pull it all 7 in a hat and pick one for his next expansion. Nice. I hope the sneaky list gives you sneaky stratagems with anti-character ones. That was the coolest thing out of the Raven Guard Codex. Stuff that I played. That was pretty cool. I did like the Raven Guard sneaky style. With everyone's Space Marine, with everyone's Space Marine, no one will be.
Exactly.
But what was I going to say? Oh, so here's the thing. Something I thought you mentioned, in an answer to the thing with the Space Wolves and all that. Blood Angels got their own, special detachment. They're now considered the worst of the Space Marines right now. The Space Wolves got their own special detachment. No one's even taking the sagas. Everybody else, or all of the Space Wolves right now that are even attending tournaments, are using the Gladius detachment like regular Space Marines. They don't even want to touch their own chapter rules.
Really? Because really? So the
meta
because that they're advertising is just because they're using a different detachment, not their own stuff.
Yeah, because Space Wolves, their chapter detachment is all based around sagas, which usually involve your characters or your warlords doing something super special, right?
Right.
One of it's like kill the enemy warlord with your warlord.
Yeah.
Well, that means you have to A, put your warlord in the line of fire, right? And B is totally dependent on your opponent, because if they're like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep my warlord, in the back of some ruins on my side of the table, and they screened it off well, that means you effectively, as a Space Wolf player, go your whole match with no chapter rule. Or you can borrow from the Space Marines and say, I'm going to get 3 turns of doctrines. Boom. Did I have to do anything? Did I have to put my warlord in danger? Nope. Did I have to have my opponent make bad decisions on where he puts his warlord? Nope. So
it's interesting. I'll have to research that, because kind of like to the Hellchild's point, Space Wolves weren't even mentioned in this rotation.
So yeah, I was watching Auspex Tactics last Space Marine tier list or whatever, or maybe it was the meta tier list. Yeah. Blood Angels were at the bottom of all the Space Marines, and then Space Wolves.
Space Wolves are actually doing pretty good.
They were slightly ahead in wins.
Yeah.
With than regular Space Marines,
they
just
were 63%
by slightly.
when I last checked.
Oh, that was earlier in the.
They must have. Okay.
Yeah, they've done a few meta. It's been several weeks of Meta Monday since then. They've dropped down.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're now just barely ahead of Space Marines, but
yeah,
all of that's not using their own detachment. They're using
They're,
Space Marine detachment.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that means actually still cool. Like they're using Space Marine detachment, but they've still got their own unique units, right?
Right.
And so like Thunder Wolves, while they've been greatly reduced in what they can do in the fight phase, greatly reduced. Unbelievably reduced.
What did they reduce the number of attacks? Because they had a ton of attacks, and they were able.
They have a ton of attacks, but all of their special weapons are just basically glorified 2 damage chainswords now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like strength +1 and
Right.
AP2 or AP. Maybe no, strength 1, AP1, damage 2, I think, or something like that. Because the wolves are all bark and no bite. I mean, kind of this edition, yeah.
Yeah. No, I
They can
see
just
that,
tank.
yeah.
They can take a lot of wounds with their storm shields and their toughness
Right.
6 now, I think. So they can take a lot of
It
wounds.
makes sense what you're saying though, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and of course, not only that, because like they've got damage 2 now, but also because melee right now is not good the way it used to be, because like all of the toughnesses went up. You know, your basic custody right now is toughness 6. You know, your basic rhino or chimera is like toughness 9. Well, the max strength most melee units can get now is strength 8. So that means even on pitifully light vehicles like a rhino or a chimera, you're still wounding on 5s. And then if you have an actual threat like a predator, land raider, Lehman Russ, you know, any kind of big tank that's supposed to be a threat, you're going to be wounding on 5s even still, because they're going to be, you know, strength 11 or toughness 11, 12. That strength 8 Thunderhammer doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
So it's quite
That's
frustrating.
that's sad.
So
That's what makes them special. That's what makes them unique.
yeah,
You know?
you used to be able to fight a tank, and now there's really no point in trying to fight a tank.
Yeah, I mean, you're better off, like you said, pretty much adopting some of the doctrines of the other chapters, or what used to be other chapters.
Yeah.
I get it. Let's see. The seventh detachment, the first company task force, instead representing the absolute elite of a given chapter, backed by an evocatively named detachment rule, extremis level threat. This is accompanied by other great content, including crusade rules for winning honor and promoting your heroes through oath-sworn campaigns, as well as lashings of background information on the Adeptus Astartes and the Era Dominus, and loads of fabulously painted miniatures. There's also going to be a luxurious collector's edition featuring unique cover art, gold page edges, and silver blocking. The release will be accompanied by a deck of new look data cards containing all the rules for every unit in the codex.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny, I was telling Mythos, I was watching the battle report earlier this morning while I was cleaning my room and all. And it was so neat to see. It was actually one of those, it was the Imperial Fist versus Tyranids. And I really liked how you were using the data cards along the side of the edges of the board, kind of like, I'm like, wow, that is really cool. I like that, instead of having to dig through a book or, look through an app and trying to find, the rules of each unit. So you can just look down, and there's your data card, kind of, spread out like Monopoly property, So you can, oh, there it is right there, hey, yeah. He's got toughness 8, ha. So
Definitely seems nice to not have to go thumbing through the whole book looking through it.
The book, or like for me, I have to go through the damn app, like, oh, where is it? Show me Mythos! And you gotta like, all right, come here, freak. Look down, turn the phone on. Okay, now use your little finger so you can swipe up and down. Good boy. Yeah.
So for reference, I may have put on the calm down freak voice this weekend while we were playing, because Freak was getting a little frustrated because, like, he was looking through some of the keywords and it's like mortal wounds on a critical hit, but then there was like no button to press for the rules for critical hit, and he was trying to flip around through the rules trying to look for critical hit. He was getting a little frustrated, and I was like, I put on the calm down freak voice, and it may have come off as slightly what's the word, freak?
Condescending? Yeah, it's like, here, freak. Here you go. No, come here. Look down. Hey, oh, good boy. All right, now look down. There it is. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Well,
I did. Good. Very good. You get a cookie. And so he goes and makes me coffee. So yeah.
I did make coffee. Mom,
I was happy.
Mom made me those.
I did good, Meg. I did good.
Happy flippin' Friday! Wow! Welcome back from vacation, my friend.
Fish!
Doing well. Hellwork says 3 left to go, and my Chaos Knights will be ready. Nice. My Imperial Knights will be ready to take you on, my friend. Mythos, watch out! Might get throw punched. Hey, we have an arrangement there that we never throw hands, okay? Because he's tall enough to knock me out in one hit, but I'm short enough that it's
Punch me in the balls.
easy. Yeah, it's an easy balls punch. So.
Oh God. Let's look at these company heroes. They look amazing. Oh man, you know what? I've got to say, and I'm going to absolutely yes. Well, I know, and my knees already hurt sometimes. So all he's got to do is just swing wildly, and my knees and my nads. Both will go.
Hope you don't throw a chair. You're done for. Unless I'm like the Waffle House Captain America girl.
Oh, right? Gosh, she's my hero, man.
Ah, she's so cool.
Yeah, she's been memed by so many.
All right, company.
Company heroes, because we are wargaming all the time. Professional. Company heroes, here they are. Okay, so I was saying, man, I've got to say that. So one of my gripes was, man, you know, I really am. I'm sad that they're starting to kind of push the old tacticals, you know, the early heroes. They're pushing all that away, and I wonder what are they gonna replace them with? You know, what can they do better? These are the tacticals. This is the grunts. These are the core of, you know, of the army. Man, they did it. They freaking did it. They did it. These sculpts are absolutely freaking gorgeous.
The sculpts are amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude. They look so freaking good. They look beefy. They look, I mean, they don't look compressed anymore. You know. So they've done a great job. This tasty update to the command squads of yesteryear features the Space Marine captain and his trusty honor guard in game. This functions as a unit of 4 formidable comrades, a company ancient, a company champion, and 2 company veterans led by a captain. Damn. That's pretty badass.
So like I loved having the champion there. The champion is a brilliant sculpt. And of course the captain looks great. The Space Marine captains always, to me, look good.
Yes.
The veterans there, especially the one with the heavy bolter, they look awesome. The banner guy, they've given us so many banner guys. If you've been collecting Space Marines for more than one edition, you've got like multiple banner guys just laying around. Like I haven't used my banner guys really at all. In 8th edition, they were pretty good because they let you shoot on death, which was pretty cool. But I mean, for the most part, banner guys just are never good.
Well,
but they're always
he's upholding a piece of tapestry is all he's doing.
Yeah,
Clarence, keep holding it. You're letting it fall.
At least this one has
I know
a
you're
gun.
wounded, but
at least this one has a gun. The last one that they gave us was a blade guard, blade guard ancient, right?
Yeah.
And he had the flagpole, and he has blade guard in his name. Man doesn't have a weapon on him. Standing there, like you don't even have a blade. No.
Yeah, like can I get a knife or something? No, you need you have the most important job, Clarence. The third.
Or at least let him attack with the flag. Okay, so a little hack I've been doing to, remotivate me to paint my Ultramarine. You know how every time I read a new guard book, I want to paint more guard or get more guard. So I'm re-listening to my favorite Ultramarines book, No Fear. And at one point, Captain Ventarnus, he's carrying the banner, the standard with him from his squad from when he got separated from them. He picked up the banner pole and carried it with him wherever he went. And at one point, his sword gets knocked out of his hand, and he didn't have time to reach for his rifle because it was slung over his shoulder. And so he takes the flagpole of the banner, and it's got the little like spear tip at the bottom where normally you plant it in the soil, and he runs it through a word bearer's throat right before it kills him. And earlier, one of his men had asked him, "Sir, why are you carrying that banner? It has no tactical application. In fact, we're trying to stealth through these city streets. It'll only get us caught." And he's like, we need it. And then later on, when he spears a word bearer through the neck, and the body falls over, planting the flag up, he goes, "That's why." He's like, "Sir, that's why I carry the thing."
That's a bit much. Oh, God.
And he ends up getting like a half dozen kills with it by the end of the book. It's pretty cool.
I mean, if that's the only thing you're carrying for a weapon, I guess you make do,
Yeah, but I wish, like in that book, like the captain was using it as a melee weapon. I wish that, at least give it a weapon profile,
Oh, that's true.
Since a blade guard veteran can't carry a blade, what's up with that? But you call me a blade guard ancient. It's just a title. I can't have any weapons? No. You got to make sure that the flag doesn't waver. It's against the code.
I mean, it's just now, Clarence, let's use a little logic, shall we? How many hands do you have? 2, sir. Great. How many hands will it take to carry the banner? 2, sir. Very good. That means you will not have enough hands for any other weapons.
That sculpt is the best looking banner sculpt, though. I love the cape on it.
Gorgeous freaking, yeah. This dude's got freaking oaths like crazy. Look at all the damn, he's a ribbon, bro. Jeez. I kind of want to chop off the banner pole top and put something on top of it, like a spearhead or a thunderhammer head. I was gonna say maybe like a dance pole instead.
Dance pole? No. You don't wear an epic knightly cloak to the dance pole. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
It'd be really cool. Just take the banner off and just put a dancer. All right, that's a good one. This tasty update, and did I already read this? Yeah.
The command squads of literally yesteryear.
Yes. The kit's got cosmetics for customizing the whole retinue, plus plenty of weapon options for outfitting your new captain. In all, has 3 head options as well as numerous weapon options, including a master-crafted bolt rifle, a Neo-Volkite pistol, a plasma pistol, plus a power weapon or a power fist. He even gets an optional tabard and scabbard. I like the sculpt.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks real good.
Between them, they represent a nasty block of stats. The veterans are toting master-crafted bolt weapons, including a heavy bolter, while the champion totes a master-crafted power weapon that can cut down rivals with precision. The Ancient's banner helps with claiming objectives, and as a dedicated bodyguards, the whole squad penalizes incoming wound rolls while there's a captain in their midst. So I wonder how many objective, what's it called, Mythos?
Objective control?
Control, yeah.
Probably not a lot. Oh, yeah, the banner pole usually gives a plus. Well, the other banner poles, at least at the moment, give +1.
Yeah, so instead of just 1, you'd be 2 or so, yeah.
Oh, but think about this. As a full multiplier option, so like.
Oh, right.
Usually I think it's not. I mean, most cases you want to put your captains in something, like make them a bigger force multiplier, right? Sure. But this guy, let's say you add him to a full squad of like 10 intercessors or assault intercessors. Okay, first of all, you add the captain, right? But then you can add in these guys to the captain, so you're really getting 5 guys. But now your block of 10 intercessors is going to be 15 intercessors, right? Because you've got these champions here, right? Sure, it's like one squad of 15.
Yeah.
And so that makes, you're probably putting either a power fist or power weapon on your sergeant for the intercessors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a little melee punch. Then the captain always brings a melee punch, plus like their plasma pistol, which is good. Then you got the company champion who brings good melee punch, right? And the veterans are probably going to have at least something above average in melee. So now you've turned this regular squad into kind of a beefy, objective controlling close combat unit. You know, again, they're not going to be able to beat off tanks or anything like that.
Right,
but yeah, as far as like bullying around other squads, even assault intercessors, I think they're going to be able to lay down some good damage. Not assault, the heavy intercessors. I think they're going to lay down some good damage. And then on top of that, you've got this banner guy who's got the +1 objective control. So yeah, for the command squad, you're probably taking them up from 1 objective to 2 objective control, right? But then these 10 intercessors are probably going from 2 to 3 objective control, which is going to make that 10-man squad 30 OC.
Wow.
Plus how much for the guys, you know, so it's a 5-man squad with objective control 2. So you're probably making them another 10. So you're talking 40 OC on this one squad. You're like just in the center of the table, like, come get me.
Yeah. So that's another point too, because even if if you decide to bring vehicles, because vehicles actually have higher objective control points. And so, like for example, the land speeder.
I knew as soon as the phrase came out of my mouth, somebody was going to comment on it. Yeah. Mr. Fish says, to be fair, no one should beat off the tank. Oh, man. Gamers with Coffee. Hello, Greg. Good to see you, my brother.
Hey, man.
I finished off my coffee, or else I would, raise my mug to you. I'm getting the itch to kit bash some Marines.
Do it.
Very nice.
All right, here we got some of the fellers.
Yeah, like I saw this and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't think much of it. But then after I watched the preview, I was having
those are dual flamer nozzles. That's a badass.
I think that's like the new flamers that the Pyro Space Marines,
right?
Infernus Marines. I think that's the ones they carry.
Ooh, the Melta is sexy.
Your Melta is sexy.
What?
Oh, that Combi Melta. That's kind of like the ones that Starting Guard veterans have. The only thing is that combi weapons are now a generic, kind of like what I was saying about the Space Wolves special weapons. Combi weapons are just now generic combi weapons.
Right.
And so now they're all like, again,
base stats, yeah.
Yeah. I think they have the anti-infantry keyword, which is cool. Which is like 4+, but that makes it a critical wound, and they have devastating wounds. So it's actually really good on infantry, if I understand correctly, because anything on a 4+, you're getting mortal wounds. Yeah, because anti-infantry gives them 4+, they get a critical hit, and critical hits become devastating wounds, mortal wounds with devastating wounds. So yeah, on 4+, you're doing mortal wounds.
Right.
Beating off tanks sounds like something Iron Hands do. They got them machine hands. That's why they call their leader Iron Father Pharaohs. It's because the tanks call him Daddy.
I'm not disturbed. You're disturbed.
To be fair, I don't think any of the kits actually came with a full set of either combi weapons, so the vanilla profile makes them easier to play right out of the box.
Makes sense. Yeah, that is a good point, and I think that's what they're trying to do is bring back a lot of actually. As a matter of fact, they are doing it. I'm correction.
Iron Daddy Pharaohs.
No, so that's really happening. GW is winning back a lot of players that have not played in a long time. They have not played since 6th or 7th edition. Some even as far back as 2nd and 3rd. So it's really interesting to see this dynamic that they're actually bringing back a lot of the players that haven't played in so long, and they're actually enjoying it. As a matter of fact, one of the bat reps that I was actually watching today, I was hearing him say that they're really excited to come back to play because they haven't played in like two editions. So So that's cool. And so yeah, I think the simplicity of starting it off makes it really palatable. So very cool.
He said that full set of combis don't come out of the box. Not in Leviathan. They came with mono pose options. So I think there was 2 combis and 2 of the special issue ammunition bolters. But one of the other releases is that they're doing a full multi-kit or multi-part kit that you'll be able to build whatever you want. So soon there will be, I think, the ability to make multiple, if you want them all combi weapons and all special issue ammo weapons, you'll be able to build it however you want.
So the Nova Open previews Space Marine Terminators, fire up the
Space Marines!
Grandpa! And prepare for rapid ingress. Space Marine Terminators are the heavily armored heroes of the 41st millennium. Indestructible interstellar knights fighting the good fight against the alien, the witch, and the heretic. And with the recent release of Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan, they've been dragged punching and boltering into the era Indomitus with imposing new sculpts. Elite of the elite.
These look so good.
Yes, they are again there. Oh man, gorgeous.
Yes.
Ooh.
Dude, the new Terminators look so freaking good.
Yes, they do, man. Oh my god. Man, they even have a shitty heat gun. That looks great. Oh man. Absolutely gorgeous.
Agreed. I love the new assault cannon. It looks so good.
Yes.
And you know what?
It's beefy as hell too. Look at that.
I actually usually I like either, full helmet or, fully bare face. But I kind of like the little chin strap things going on with these guys too.
Yeah, the partials. Yeah, that's the bottom piece of the actual Terminator helmet. That's so damn cool. It's cool because it kind of gives you the inner workings of the actual, of the actual uniform.
Yeah.
Really gorgeous. These 5 multi-pose, multi-part Terminators are in scale with a push-fit squad found in Leviathan, but come with a whole bunch of extra options. The classic Terminator arsenal is all present and correct Stormbolters, plus a power fist or chain fist for every model, a heavy flamer or assault cannon, and a shoulder-mounted Cyclone missile launcher on top of a great big bundle of aesthetic options. Yeah, big old thing, man.
Yeah. Although that Cyclone missile launcher looks a little smaller than one I've seen recently.
Shut up, man.
I was just going to say it looks
man,
not
shut
big.
up, man. Don't call me out. Don't trigger me.
Hey, how often can we say that one of us has been bigger?
Not damn time, never.
Hey, get paid, Mythos. I will. I've got the models right here that I plan on using for the initial entry video. These look cool. I like the inclusion of the white scars and the Iron Hands guys there. That's pretty cool.
Chaplain. Okay, I have to say I am in love with this Chaplain.
Yes.
Last year, the last edition we got, actually an 8th edition, I believe it was Chaplain Emo. That Chaplain had more skulls than any emo-driven teenager that was so edgy, right? This looks fantastic. This is balanced.
This looks so good.
Love it, dude. I absolutely this would go and beat up Chaplain Emo. And you know what I'm saying? This would get out of here. What are you? Man, we don't need that. Get out of here. This is so good, dude. I really do like this.
Yeah, my favorite is the shield, the options with the shield, and then the 4-way Crozius that looks like a freaking battle mace.
Yes.
Those are my favorite options on it. It just looks so cool.
I really like that.
You know, like a lot of these shield options for the Space Marines in this edition, like some of it is like, okay, you get the Invulse. Some of them are just like, you know, you get an extra wound or whatever. I don't care what this one does. I think the Captain's Shield just gives you a save versus mortal wounds, and if you're not going against the Psyker, it's like, okay, it's not that much protection, but
right.
I don't care what this one does. This one's getting the shield and the mace.
Yeah.
Mace to the face.
Also, I've noticed that they're giving they're giving Terminators actual really nice looking Stormbolters.
Yeah, Stormbolters look great.
You don't have to go and drill the damn, you know, barrels out. Look, they're already come pre-drilled. They just look, and they look so damn beefy. I love it, dude. I don't know, dude. They just look amazing. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh. Let me read this. Complete the classic 3 of Terminator armored characters with this imposing fellow. Armed with his crackling Crozius, inspiring litanies, and a storm bolter or relic shield, he adds 1 to your squad's wound rolls in melee, on top of granting them feel no pain 4+ against mortal wounds. Whoa!
Add 1 to the melee, huh?
Holy crap! So if you got exploding 6s or 5s or whatever, and this homie can say, not today, 4 up. Wow, dude. 4 up against mortal wounds. Holy crap.
You could actually take your Terminators and fight off a tank now. This time I said fight off, guys. You could actually fight off a tank now. Think about it. So your Terminator is going to be strength 8, which means they're going to be wounding that tank on 5s. You bring this guy, suddenly they're wounding on 4s.
Right.
Then you can use a stratagem called, I think, Honor the Chapters, what I think the name is, and it gives you the Lance ability, which lets you increase it by 1 more. And so, yeah, so you're going to be wounding on those tanks on 3s again. You just got to do a little comboing, a little CP spend, a little, you know, character attacks. But, yeah, it's possible, actually.
Yeah, you can outfit him pretty good. And the thing is, he'd be very difficult to kill. Even with, you know, with any mortal wounds, or that's incredible.
So many bashing opportunities. You right?
Oh, yeah, he's not wrong. In short, this guy is a powerhouse when attached to a squad of Terminators. Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, that Captain and Terminator are so damn good.
Yeah. So this is a different sculpt from the one in the Leviathan set, but it's like, you know, it still looks really cool. That's a cool looking sword. His is posed with his sword up, ready to strike. Looks very cool.
The Terminator armored captain from Leviathan is an epic hero, striking a suitably fearsome pose atop the severed head of a defeated hive monstrosity. But he wields only one of the war gear loadouts available to a Space Marine officer of his station. This new captain in Terminator armor is a multi-option kit who can be equipped with a combi weapon or stormbolter and relic sword or relic fist to really make him your own. There's also head options, and he has the choice of whether to wear a tabard to battle or not.
Nice.
I'm telling you, these sculpts look so damn good.
Yeah, I am freaking loving how they've redone all the Terminator sculpts.
They look so good. Dude, you know, I still have that Terminator that my friends got me that he had since second. All pewter. Oh. Totally different. All 3 sets will be available to pre-order soon. In the meantime, why not see what else has been revealed at the Nova Open? Alright. Moving right along. Woo, here comes the good stuff. Jump packs send captains and assault intercessors soaring into the sky.
Yes.
Ever since humanity.
In the sky, just like butterflies.
You need to shut up.
Butterflies in the sky.
Oh my god.
Go twice as high.
Don't. I can't get it out of my head. God damn you. Mom!
There's something wrong with reading bubbles.
Ever since humanity first looked up into the sky, they have dreamed of flight. Today, the Space Marines follow their own dreams of sending chainsword-armed warriors hurtling into the enemy at Mach 1. Warhammer fans have clamored for Primaris assault troops carried aloft on jump packs since the dawn of the Dark Imperium, and now they're finally here. Oh, mama. Mine, I'm pretty. Dude. I was looking at these, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm so glad that the Assault Marines I did for my Ultras recently are already Primaris sized.
My gosh. I want me one. Mas.
They're so good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I kind of want some of the officials.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm feeling it, bro.
Wolves like their feet on the ground, but I want them anyway. I can see that.
These are so good. Look at the freaking poses.
Yes. Your poses look fantastic.
Oh man. Man, dude. And I love that they're intercessors. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They're all part of the intercessor family. Golly, dude. Oh man.
I love that they're on the ground and not on some silly fight stand.
Oh, yes, exactly. Oh. If one of you say some silly ass name, this whole class will feel my wrath.
I don't know if you remember, but my what are they called?
Interceptors?
Interceptors. I built up on like on little mountain rocks and glued them to the ground because I was like, they're not getting those.
Bro, I've even downloaded the flight, the new style flights, the printable flight stands with the smoke, and I don't even want to do it because in order for me to be able to transport that, I'd have to transport them like laying down somewhere. It's just not even worth it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but dude, look at this. This looks great.
I'm hiding these from Killy, or my wallet will be crying again. Fair.
But I like it because they've got the dynamic pose that they've been flying or have just finished flying. I love that, or about to take off.
Yeah,
dude, this is so good. I love, man. Okay, again, GW has done a fantastic job with these sculpts. They look amazing. They look amazing.
Yeah, I love Primaris armor, so this looks amazing to me.
Sergeants may carry a power weapon or power fist into the fray, making them a threat to heavier armor, while their comrades bury the enemy under a storm of chainsword cuts.
You know what I don't see in these? That I wish I did? I don't see an option for an eviscerator, a big two-handed power sword, chainsword.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I could still run the one that I have as just a chainsword, but it would have been cool to be like a Primaris.
Do they not have that as a rule, as a part of the weapon loadout?
I mean, we don't know what the rules are yet, but I don't see any previewed here.
On here, well, maybe they may have it. Who knows? While the commerce bearer says a plasma pistol, sergeants also have the option of a plasma pistol or hand flamer, while one member of the squad per 5 Marines can also grab a plasma pistol. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, because the Eviscerator was unique, so I think they're just trying to do away with that. Remember, nobody can be unique. Everybody can be the same.
Eviscerator, check. We'll add to the kit bash list.
Exactly. Of course, such illustrious company deserves a properly outfitted captain to lead them. What is that? Is that not the eviscerator? That looks pretty mean. Let me read that. The new captain with Jump Pack is a majestic warrior posed in a dynamic charge with multiple weapon options to choose from. Either a bolt pistol, plasma pistol, or hand flamer in his right hand, and a power fist, relic blade, or chainsword in his left. Just a regular chainsword. When leading his fellow flying enthusiasts, he lends some extra pep to the charge, increasing the strength of their melee weapons by 1 whenever they slam home. Wow. I still like this.
Nice.
Damn, dude, that's a freaking amazing. It just looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother Thomas is like, man. Yeah, he wants to do some serious conversions.
I want to put one of these guys in with my scars for sure.
Yeah.
But I've already got some for my ultras, so now I guess I need a. Well, I don't need, but it'd be cool to have a captain for the ones for my ultras.
A new generation of Space Marine Scouts. Okay. I waited. I did not want to look at that. I saw the others, but I wanted to wait to see how these look.
Oh yeah, because Freak was getting very disappointed that Scouts were one of his first units where he really started to find his own color scheme.
Yeah.
And so there's a spot of nostalgia for him with these Scouts, and so with some I know a lot of people were actually a bit disappointed that Scouts were going away, and here they've been given a new lease on life, guys.
I'm excited. I have not seen them yet, so here goes. It's typically considered quite difficult to become a Space Marine. You can't just be the toughest 10-year-old in your village. You have to be the hardest brawling preteen in the whole region. That's why we call it the
Orphan Fight Club.
Orphan Fight Club, yeah. Then you'll meet all the other children selected by the angels for their over-the-top belligerence. Perhaps you'll have to fight them to prove your mettle, or perhaps they've been hearing our channel, haven't they? Perhaps you'll have to work together to face insurmountable challenges. Either way, the mortality rate is extremely high. Yeah, they have been listening to our channel. Hey, GW, the Orphan Fight Club was our idea. Actually, it was Zane's, but still, we adopted it, okay? And that's before you have a single iota of transhuman gene therapy. If you pass the grueling selection process, you enter years of organ implantation, body modification, psycho conditioning, and an intensive course of space boot camp. Survive all that, far from a given, and you still aren't a Space Marine. Ooh. These are the Scouts. These are the Scouts. No. To really prove your worth of a place in the chapter's ranks, you'll need to pick up some lighter armor, a shotgun, and a rugged pair of combat trousers, and head off to make your mark on some of the most dangerous missions open to the Adeptus Astartes. Yep. You're a Space Marine Scout.
Space Marine!
There it is. Thank you.
Pistol and chainsword, very cool.
Very cool. So it's funny because, I actually saw, it's just so ironic, on my Facebook, it showed, what do you call it, what's that they show you, like after so many years, here's a memory or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so that actually came up, and it was a memory of my Scouts when I first put them together. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe, which I thought was pretty damn cool. Memories. Here we are. Actually, the other one is 7 years ago. My Lysander. Jeez.
Much like these scouts, Lysander needs an update.
Yeah, totally freaking agree. Okay, well, once I find them. Anyway, continue. Ooh, these are so good.
The snorkels on these look better. Yeah, I like the little rebreathers.
Yeah.
Shotgun looks cool. Pistol and knife, like it.
Yeah,
I like the more Primaris looking style breastplate on these guys too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the old ones had them, and whether they did or not. I just want to show some appreciation that they thought to armor, like, okay, well, you guys are going to be quieter. We're going to take the armor from your legs. Let's go ahead and give you armored crotches, though. I feel like that was necessary. Good job on that. I would want, to protect mine with a set, with a few inches of ceramite,
Yeah. I'm down with that, man. Let's see. I really like that dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bolter guys.
The bolter style guys. They're not shown here, but during the little commercial preview they showed, there was a guy with the sniper rifle too.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen that.
Lower torso on the old scouts weren't armored. Okay. Can't wait to use these new scouts for kill team. Nice.
So I gotta say, see, I do like these sculpts a lot better because they don't look like they're squished.
Yeah.
The scouts that I have look like they're kind of like they have some kind of scoliosis going on.
And in general, a lot of people say that the older models have a quote unquote squatty look.
Yeah.
Like they are kind of like
Right.
so a little bit squished together.
Scout squads had been part of Space Marines lore for roughly as long as they have been Space Marines. With their lighter armor, tactical visors, and nifty mohawks, these stealthy young bloods have been hitting the dirt upon distant objectives for decades. The new scouts are taller and leaner, but they keep the carapace armor and other classical accoutrements of the Space Marines neophyte. It's all there. You've got a choice of bolt guns, Astartes shotguns, or pistols, and combat knives for each of the rank and file, with plenty of accessories and heads sporting a fresh trim. Oh,
But I don't mention the.
that's a heavy, yeah. Okay, there's your sniper.
Oh, okay.
Rifles. But yeah, look, there's your missile launchers. I remember they having that. But these are so cool. Look at that.
Yes.
Again, I have nothing bad to say. This is
Yeah.
GW.
They've done a great job.
Yes, they
Like-
dude.
Like this doesn't even look really like a reimagining. It's just more of a straight up upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, except for like you've got the Reaver style grappling gun on one of them, but
Yeah.
for the most part, this is just a straight up upgrade.
They look like little assassins. These are so cool. I mean, again.
Bottom center, the camo cloak. Yes, the camo cloak looks good.
Yeah, that looks fantastic. Those who need to sneak around heavier firepower onto the battlefield will find options for gunners lugging missile launchers or heavy bolters, as well as a cloaked sniper for picking off enemy characters. Everything a young blood needs to prove themselves to the chapter.
Okay, so that's interesting that they mentioned the sniper in the same breath as the heavy bolter and missile launcher. So I wonder if the sniper now is going to be a swap out for one of your heavy weapons instead of something everybody can bring.
I'm curious. I don't know. That's not often that the stars reveal today.
They've removed their head from their ass. Speaking of these scouts, Thomas mentioned that the new scouts from Puppets War have some cool wolfen-looking heads. So if anyone's looking to make some wolf scouts, that's a pretty cool option.
You're a pretty cool
Your face. So yeah, lots of cool looking Primera stuff coming from Nova. Now, this obviously is kind of a straight upgrade for the older scouts, right? We've got the Company of Heroes now, which is an upgrade for the command squad. We've got the Stern, like in the Leviathan set, we got the Stern Guard veterans, which was a replacement for Firstborn Stern Guard. And of course, the Terminators now come in Primaris size, which is a direct replacement for Firstborn Terminator. So it really feels like this direction that they're going in this edition with the Primaris is really blurring even more the lines between what is Firstborn and what is Primaris. And I'm digging it, brother.
Yeah, no, I really like it. It's not what, okay. So it's not this crazy major distinction, but it's a blend of the two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a gorgeous blend of the two, and I don't feel like they're, I think it's an honorable way of moving on, with the new style. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Agreed.
So, but yeah, that's pretty freaking amazing. Let's see. Iron armor and very heavy ordnance in the Horus Heresy. Dreadnoughts in the Horus Heresy were simply built different, in a glorious trinity of classic chassis: Leviathan, Contemptor, and Daredevil. The former two transcended their resin roots in the recent past, but the latter was still to arrive in plastic until now. Ooh, it's about time they came out in plastic. This heavy hitter is slowly stomping into view with serene finality of purpose and some heckin' big boomsticks, as you come to expect from once resin kits converted into practical plastic. The this eminently posable Daredeo. How do you say that? Daredeo?
I think it's Daredeo is what most people say.
Comes with plenty of options to provide a long-range gun platform of exquisite utility for your primary weapons, from an arm-mounted Anvilus autocannon battery or a Hellfire plasma cannonade, alongside an Aiolos missile battery and a choice of torso-mounted heavy bolters or heavy flamers. Bro, this is nothing but a badass mech.
Yes. So I always wanted one of these, but too many people I've known, because they were Forge World resin, they came with droopy barrels, and it didn't look good. Because the Forge World, the weight of the resin would make the barrels on these autocannons look very slanted and not very good looking. And even one of my friends that works at one of the GW stores, he was showing me, he was going through his attic and he found his whole Daredeo he's trying to repair, and it's got a case of some sad looking, droopy barrels as well. And I don't know if you remember, but I almost ordered one of these back when we were doing a Forge World order with Brother Richard. Because you guys know, if I don't know if they still do it, but at the time they were doing if you spend more than $200, they do free shipping, right? Here in the States.
Right, yeah.
And I almost bought one of these, but I was looking up YouTube reviews and just too many had the droopy barrels. And I was like, I don't feel right spending Forge World kind of money on something I'm not going to be happy with. But now that it's out in plastic, dude, this is going to be such a cool looking kit.
That's a game changer. That was the biggest issue, is that because of the resin. I mean, it's like, oh, so you're a little flaccid, are we? What?
You talking about the Dorito? Yes, the Dorito.
The Dorito, yeah.
Brother Odie, how you doing, my brother? Yes. So I've heard most people say Daredeo. But I do hear a lot of people also say the Dorito.
Dorito.
The Dorito Dreadnought. I want to see somebody paint it in a Doritos color scheme, and another one in Cool Ranch. Hanging low and to the left. Oh, yeah.
Again, why do we have to? I don't understand.
The plasma version of the Daredevil also looks really cool.
So good. Add to that a choice of armor panels, heads, and leg poses, and you can bring a fleet of these bad boys to your next battle, and no two need even ever look alike.
Dude, I'm glad we play Legends because these look so cool. I want one.
Yeah. While you're at it, why not join them with these all-new 3 Tactical Marines?
The Mark IIIs, baby! Oh, guys, if you have a favorite mark of Heresy armor for Space Marines, let us know in the chat or in the comments below. My favorite of all the Heresy armors has always been the Mark III, and now that they're in this new Heresy size, the same as the Mark VI, I'm so excited. Only likes the Mark 10. I think outside of, like, I think the 10, you know, the Primaris style is my favorite mark of armor, but I think outside of that, outside of anything Primaris, I think the Mark III is my favorite. Outside
and
of
these are smart, by the way. You know, he's not carrying a damn banner. He's got it on his backpack. He's got better things to do.
I think it's still an option, but yeah, you can see on the right, one guy's got a little banner. And I think the banners actually do something on the backpack if you use them. If you use them in Heresy, I think like it actually gives them an ability or something like that, like +1 leadership or something. But you know me, I'm not a big fan of the banners on backpacks. Brother Oni says his favorite mark of Heresy armor is 6, the brand new Heresy set that was released last summer. I think last summer. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been a year since the new Heresy schemes come out. I seem to have lost 4 models or forgot where I put them. Oh, that's a shame. Which models you missing? Hopefully not one of your Moonstone ones. That's almost half an army right there. Almost a whole army. I think the banner gives them reroll on the charge. Oh, okay.
They are fully compatible with all the recent special and heavy weapon kits for the Horus Heresy, and the basic sprues include head options, bolters. What is that? A typo? A typo. They actually have a typo here.
Yeah. You caught him slicking.
Freaking typo.
Hey, Cookie Wookie, did you get evicted?
That says Pulp Pistols. I'm going with it. And the basic sprues include head options, bolters, Pulp Pistols, grenades, Vexillas, Nuncio Voxes, and Augury scanners. The sergeants even get to pick up a plasma pistol, power weapons, or a lightning claw, along with the Pulp Pistols. You may now finally outfit legions like the Iron Warriors, Imperial Fists.
Oh, for the demo. I'd like the John Travolta gift. You mean Monday, not tomorrow, right, my brother?
Right. No, he's got this demo tomorrow. He's
okay.
hosting it tomorrow. Yeah,
oh, nice.
He's doing a host tomorrow. And you're doing Conquest tomorrow, right?
Nice.
He's doing a demo tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Very, very nice.
That's awesome, dude. I hope you have a good turnout, man. Really, really do. Take a lot of pics, man.
For sure.
You may now finally outfit legions like the Iron Warriors. I already said this. Salmon with a hefty armor that benefits their obduracy. Though obviously even Legion can and should field a squad or 2 of these tanky tyros. You can even bring them to games of Warhammer 40k should you choose.
I have always loved Mark III.
A lot of people seem to do that.
A lot of people, I think, like also like Mark IVs a lot.
Yeah.
6 people showing up. Nice. Um, Mark IVs from the style from Betrayal at Cal, and those models, they were the first Horus Heresy models to get made into plastic. So a lot of people like those Mark IVs, but for me, Mark III's has always been where it's at.
I know I'm going to be the odd man out. I'm not a fan of the backpack. I love everything else.
And that's fine. Like you know,
I love the armor. I love the armor though. I just
and that's what kit bashing is for.
This is true. But where to acquire these fabulous new gear? It'll all be available at first in the forthcoming Legion's Astartes battle group. This massive box contains a whopping 30 Mark III tactical Space Marines set.
Space Marines!
1 Daredale Dreadnought, and a Land Raider Proteus for good measure. That's a pretty good kit. That's a pretty good box set. That's a nice box set. Very nice. Yes. But that's not all! You also get a Legion special weapon set containing 5 lots, each of plasma guns, melta guns, flamers, rotocannons, Volkite chargers, and Volkite cavalry.
Holy crap, they're throwing in a whole bunch of special weapons.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. Shove them into the Land Raider and deliver your choice of high-energy death to the enemies, adherents of the Emperor. 6-box set will arrive for pre-order soon. Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty freaking cool.
Dude, those Daredevils look so cool.
Daredale. Phoenician transformed.
Oh, the Phoenician.
As the Horus Heresy ground on, many of the traitor Primarchs began to search the mysteries of the war for even greater power than their narrow-minded brothers could comprehend. The sons of the Emperor were a mighty prize for any god to claim, and when the dark gods came knocking, one such Primarch was only too happy to answer, "Hello!"
Now, for this, Thomas's wallet really cries.
During the events of Angel Exterminatus by Graham McNeil, Fulgrim became suffused with the raw power of Slaanesh and achieved an apotheosis undreamt of by his mortal kin. Though Perturabo struck down his physical body in retaliation for his brother's betrayal, the Lord of the Emperor's children merely discarded his mortal corpse and ascended as a demon Primarch. And what a demon Primarch he is. Wow. What?
That is such a cool looking model. The only thing is I'm pretty sure like Horus ascended and by extension Fulgrim ascended here. Still in Forge World resin.
Yeah.
And so those wings and spear just really make me nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a great.
You know what? I'm pretty sure they'll that this is worth taking a risk for it.
Oh, for sure. It is a gorgeous model. Yeah, still resin. Oni's got Horus ascended. Hi, Cookie Wookie. Nice, sweet boy.
Hi. This miniature is utterly stunning in its detail, from the intricate golden finish of his armor to a face that could have been carved from marble. If you ever wondered how Fulgrim could be described as both breathtakingly beautiful and a monstrously serpent, wonder no more. It's enough to make you consider a career as a Slaaneshi cultist. That's pretty damn cool, dude. Avexis, baby.
Dude, the detail on that face is so good.
Yeah, they did a good job with the paint.
For sure.
But the muscle sinew is really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
The tone is just... Damn.
It's so detailed and good looking.
And
Hellchild says she's going to have to pre-order it. And no doubt, brother. This is
bro.
too good of a model, especially if anyone here is a fan of Chaos. Like, this is just amazing.
It's very well detailed.
I mean, heck, even if you don't play 30K, think of how amazing of a Demon Prince character this would make.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty messed up. Faces and skins of his enemies.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize those were faces hanging from his skirt. That's a bit weird.
That's a little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's very on brand for him.
Oh, yeah, he's a sick psycho ass. Alright. Oh, I think there's one more. Was that one more? Let me look. No, that was the last one.
Yeah, that was last one. I wanted to finish off on a Primarch note.
Yeah, good stuff. Let me pull up. The Art of the Vic.
The Art of Civic.
How far are we, dear sir? You pulled a good bit. Yep. You definitely 819. No further. You started pretty. Okay, here it is.
The first one is a link, I think, to
The
Instagram.
one with Daka store?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
A couple of people knowing that I've been into Ultramarines lately said, hey, there's a Kickstarter coming from Daka for some cool Ultramarines parts. And being that I love to put up like new part bits and whatnot coming from like like places like Puppets War, Station Forge, and stuff like that. Thought I'd show off these guys. But yeah, so that front one there
Badass.
looks like a Gilliman stand-in, and that looks amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I would want those STLs just for Gilliman. That looks so good.
Man. Oh, okay. Very groovy. Okay, that's...
Hellchild and Mark are already on this. I thought it wasn't starting until like later. Because when I clicked on it the other day, it was like X amount of time until, this Kickstarter launches. Oh, okay, the 6th. Well, if you're jumping on this, maybe we could work something out. It's are you? I haven't even fully read it. Are you getting STLs or are you getting physical models?
Or STDs, I don't know. Whichever.
Well, hopefully you're not getting that.
Yeah, because those are stuff.
So I hear. Found them. Nice. Now you can do full-size demos tomorrow, my friend. Nice. Definitely Hellchild. Awesome. You the man. All right.
This is Good Up Big Guy Gaming, isn't it?
Yes. Good up, Big Guy Gaming.
That's a cool board. This is for
Boarding action.
Boarding action.
The missing models were right next to his airbrush compressor. Ah. Did you slap some paint down on him? There we go. Man, those boarding action terrain looks fan-freaking-tastic. I really should paint up my set. Or our set. The channel set. What I mean. It looks so good. It photographs real well too. You could definitely say like a battle report on that would probably look great.
No doubt.
And anyone interested, of course, you can always check out Grumpy Guy Gaming's channel down in our link tree below, the Friends of the Frosted Fish. But Grumpy said that if his client wants these sooner, he'll send them off to them because he's going to end up selling these. But if he's got another commission for the same client, and if they want them delayed so they all ship at once, there might be a Zone Mortalis battle report on his channel in the future. So look forward to that. I have always enjoyed watching Zone Mortalis, which is like the 30K version of like boarding actions with the different tunnels and walls and stuff like that. So very cool stuff. Such a good looking board.
Yeah, it is.
He said he might do a battle report on this, and I think this board would make for a pretty sexy battle report.
I really would like to do. I want to play boarding action again. I'll have to do the reprints. I threw away a lot of the because they were just all busted up. Caps.
Oh yeah.
You still have the walls, right?
Yeah, I still got the walls.
Okay.
The walls and the pillars.
Man, it's so cool.
There's some dead Kriegsmen there. My poor guardsman.
Yeah, he apparently is going after everybody.
Hellwork says, hit that like button, folks.
Do it. Do it now. Yeah. Orc loving right there, baby.
Oh, yes. Orcs going all wow on these guardsmen. They crumped them a good one. See, now I'm less like poor guardsmen. Oh, Ultramarine. And there's one like dead Iron Hand over here. But yeah, lots of dead Ultras. The Death Guard. They've taken the ship. Call for backup. Some Necrons here. In addition to being killed by Iron Hands or Iron Warriors, there's Necrons attacking the ship too.
That's so messed up, man.
The ship is bad.
He's an equal opportunity offender, ain't he?
Good for Keegan though. Some Necron love.
Do that. Oh god dang it!
Very rusted, battle worn looking ones. Ooh, some Chaos Terminators. The Iron Warriors are definitely taking the fight to the Imperial Fists here.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, he laid down some equal opportunity smackdown on.
Yes, he did.
He's like, oh, you like Imperial Guard? Boom, dead guard. You like Ultramarines? Boom, dead Ultramarines.
Roasted. Roasted. This guy.
This man has been cranking out Shatterpoint like there's no tomorrow.
Get that close up.
Our Lord and our Paint Lord and Savior Elstonation.
Elstonation. Usually when we say his name thrice, he appears before us.
These are my favorite droids in all of the prequel movies.
The big beefy ones?
Yeah. No. I like these second best. I'm sorry. My favorite ones are the ones that roll into the ball and they come out with the double laser.
Oh, yeah. Master Krieg Army.
So here's Elston's thumbnail. He put out a video today, yesterday, somewhere in there. I definitely recommend going out and checking out. He painted up a massive Krieg army with a lot of classic Krieg units, and then Droidekas, those are the ones. Thank you. And sent them over all the way to the other side of the planet, to Zorp. So check out that episode. As always, you can just go to YouTube and type in Elstonation, or we've got them linked down in our link tree below to the Friends of the Prostitists. No, he sent it to Middle Earth. Some more stormtroopers here. And I love the Mandalorians here, especially since one's painted up as Din and one is painted up as Sasha Banks' character. So good. Sitting here circling things on the screen with my mouse, even though nobody can see it. I'm like, look at this! Anakin, let her go. Anakin looking sharp. But Anakin, what about the youngling? I love watching Sonic Sledgehammer's tutorials. And he has done some Imperial Guardsmen here. I think these are the ones from a Kickstarter going on right now. I can't remember the name of the Kickstarter. But if I check my Kickstarter, I am signed up. Let me check my email. Actually, I could probably just check his posting. That would probably be the smarter thing to do.
Don't be smart. Just don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Well, it might actually be there in the comments on the screen. But
Sonic Sledgehammer.
Sonic Sledgehammer, really great YouTube channel. Does a lot of painting tutorials. Really, really talented guy. And these guardsmen look great. And these guardsmen look very, very almost like historical meets Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Conqueresse.
Okay, Sonic Sledgehammer's post is... Does not say. It just says this color method will work on any guardsman. But he said the video's already up, so he may explain it in his video. This is an Eldar Corsair from the Corsair kill team. Conquerors painted up, and I love the way like this almost jungle green works with like this magenta kind of color here. Very cool looking. Really well. You don't show a whole lot of Eldar on the channel very often.
No, that's very rare.
So, anyways, I wanted to show this one because it looks so good.
See it, yeah. Again, Conqueress.
Love what they did with the cloak there.
I love it. It's kind of like a rubyish, almost like a serpent pattern.
Yeah. It's like literally looks like she skinned a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I really, hope that she didn't skin a dinosaur. I think they're like an endangered species or something.
We were just talking about these. At least I
Yes,
was
we
talking
were.
about this.
The very same flight stands you were talking about.
Yep. I like I said, I can print them.
I think the little laser
Oh, for the plasma.
yeah, for the plasma guns there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty neat.
I was starting before my screen went out. I had found a great file for some plasma inceptors. You know, I've been telling you for a while, like I want some plasma inceptors, but all I can find are bolter inceptors.
Yeah.
Found some great plasma. Well, I mean, they look good. I haven't tried printing them out myself. But anyways, so that is on the plans whenever the screen comes in.
On the Paylands.
Yep, the Paylands. But these look great.
Yeah,
I always love seeing her ultras, and the plasma effects look really cool there. And of course, you know, I always love seeing the Rogaldorn battle tank.
gorgeous from Ricky Paint's minis.
And this is kind of in that, you know, Space Wolf blue scheme that Krieger often done, and it looks great. Big old cannon. I love my Dorn. I will probably keep. No, I'm sure I will keep playing my Dorn. But it has not been paying for itself in the last couple games. I don't know what it is. If it's just my rolling, or if the Dorn's not doing as much damage intent. I'm sure it's just my rolling.
You need the biggin?
Huh?
You need the biggin?
The biggin?
Right. Which one are you talking about? You're the big. You've got the smaller door, right? Oh no, that's the one that you got the actual door, didn't you?
Yeah, the actual Dorn.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No, the smaller Dorn that you printed me, I have been using as the venerable Vanquisher that can one-shot tanks.
So you're using him dirty. Okay.
Yeah. Huh?
What?
I'm using him dirty. But yeah, the Dorn has not been paying for its points in the last couple games. The first couple games I used it worked great. So I might just be I might just be. I'm sure I'm just not rolling well enough, or my opponent is making their saves too well. That was also a thing in the last couple of games. Is like Atlas just kept like bossing his saves.
Atlas always has good rolls, man.
And that might be part of it too, is because the Dorn has great weapons, but they're only AP2 now. And so, you know, before in the last edition, I think they were AP3, but everything's kind of lost AP across the board. And so when you're shooting at something like a big tank that has a 2-up armor save, that's really only a 4. So it's still a 50-50 that they're going to pass, you know.
Right.
So that might be a large part of my issue too. But yeah, so anyways, Atlas was recommending, like, I think, you know, you should save your points and drop that for another Lehman Rust or something. But I'm going to keep trying to make it work. It's gorgeous.
This is by KSC Wall.
Got some Space Wolves here in kind of a grim, darkish kind of scheme. And yeah, lots of like custom bits here. If you take a look at like the helmets and stuff like that, there's some custom bits going on here. This chest place on this on the middle guy here. Lots of custom bits going on, but yeah, I like it. It has a grim, dark vibe that I really think of, especially with the 30K Space Wolves.
Judge Gudge.
This one is by Judge Gudge, who is, you know, big friends with our Chilling Wargamer friends and fam. I believe he's often at helping run some of the painting events at ChillCon as well, and just an all-around phenomenal painter. And this is his take on Gilliman.
You say Gorilla Man?
Nope. This time, actual Gilliman. This is my Boba Gorilla Man. That's a piece of terrain. The Flintstones tank, Hellworks calls the Rogaldorn. My Rogaldorn has a bottom plate. I didn't even do it because of the Flintstones memes. I really did it because I like painting the bottom of my tanks the muddy color that I weather my tanks in. Really, really gorgeous work on this Gilliman. And I got to get a Gilliman in my army, man. One, because I know you're looking forward to facing one in my Ultramarines list. But also, I want a Gilliman because I'm listening to the book with Gilliman in it, you know, No Fear again. And he's just so cool in it. And in that book, instead of his power fist like he's got here, he actually has like a power claw, and he grabs one of the Chaos Dude's core Pharaon. He reaches into his chest and rips out his heart Mortal Kombat style and shows it to him. I was like, what? It's really cool. Fletcher's painting. We're looking at a Flesh Terror, a subsect of the Blood Angels. This one is like really cool because it does like a darker style of painting, but it still reads as red. It's still bright enough to portray that Blood Angels kind of feel, or in this case, Flesh Terrors. And I love the way that red goes with the green of the Power Claws.
A nice glow, man.
For real.
It's such a contrast. It's so different.
Good morning, Grumpy Guy Gaming.
Not that he showed up, but like he would do the voice again.
We looked at your boarding action tiles earlier. Beautiful work on your terrain.
Yeah, man. Super cool.
So we also noticed that you did some equal opportunity slapping there. You like Ultramarines? We have dead Ultramarines. You like Imperial Guard? We have dead Krieg. For Freak, we have dead Imperial Fists. Slaps all around.
This is my Water Beast.
Water Beast. Look at these freaking jet bikes. Oh, man. I love these white scars. And it is like really sexily painted white, but also like the scuffing and weathering and whatnot. It just looks good. Like, I am always afraid to weather my white paint jobs because I'm afraid, like, you know, it won't read right or come through and look like a white scars kind of project. But this one it's got both, man. It looks really well done as far as the whites go. There's, you know, like, it's not a flat white. There's tonality and dimension there, but then also it's pretty well weathered, you know, but it still reads as white.
Right.
I like it.
Alessandra plays 40k. I don't get it.
You get what?
This looks just. Oh, okay. Oh man, it threw me off. I thought I was looking at the box art.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that really kind of. Ooh. Okay.
Some great looking work there.
Great, yeah. Damn good work.
Sabra, I'm sure you'll probably never see her show, but if you do,
yeah.
know that you fooled my brother into thinking that it was the box art because the work was so good.
Yeah, dude, good job. Holy crap.
Gorgeous, gorgeous work. I always love following her work.
Again, you say wow?
Yeah, I guess this is some closer shots of these guys here. But yeah, I really like that axe with the freaking wolf head on it. It's either a cool bit or conversion.
Yeah,
like that. But yeah, you can see a little clearer some of those like Viking helmet bits.
So Neanderthal, man.
Oh yeah. for sure. This is
Very
definitely
Vikingish, yeah.
yeah.
And again.
And this is why the other chapters call us barbarians. Very cool looking though.
And who might this be? The Warhammer girl.
The Warhammer girl.
Ooh. Is that Greyfax?
Yep, that's Inquisitor Greyfax.
Yeah.
And that is one of the Space Marine, Space Ultramarine successor chapter guys they released a character for recently. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he's usually painted in white and with blue accents. But I really like this kind of color scheme here. We got some grays as the base armor. We got some red accents on the panels. We got like a purplish blue for the cloths. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this captain model. Like I've always liked the captain model itself, but yeah, this color scheme on it is really well done. And of course, I've got a soft spot for Greyfax. It's one of my earliest commissions that yeah, this one came out really well.
And now for that orky goodness in your life.
Toonkeepers?
Gobble Girl.
Now this is some serious retro gold here.
Yeah,
So anyone who is here for the classic wah, this is the retro gold. Even did painted the bottom and the base in that goblin green kind of style. And did some flocking. It's not the old school flocking. It's more like the new style, like geek gaming kind of flocking, but still captures that retro vibe pretty well. Gotta respect the classic hazard stripes on the sword there.
Respect the classics, man. That was a Cars reference if you didn't know.
That's a what reference?
Cars reference.
Oh, yeah. Did the early 90s call? Yes, they did. Gobble Girl posted that she just painted this weekend, so it's just like a
Pretty damn good.
take on a retro classic,
It's by Big Friendly Wargamer.
Big Friendly Wargamer has his own channel, if I'm remembering correctly, by the way, so check him out. He did a Blood Angels Kratos with the big melts of cannon. I love the way the Kratos looks. So.
Yeah, it's just a very dangerously looking Sakaran. So
Yes, it's like a beefier Sakaran.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Lots of beef.
yes.
It's what's for dinner.
The big old melta cannon, which I guess, yeah, as of 9th edition would have been really scary. But now that melta cannons are wounding things on 5s, maybe not so much. Although we found out that a melta cannon will still kill a Gravis captain.
Shut up.
Oh man, I really like this picture here from like face on, staring down the barrel of the melta cannon. Yeah, you get to see the cool stuff like the window tank and stuff like that. But the window, the staring down the barrel is like the first thing that grabs your attention in this picture, I think. Ed is bristling with other guns too. Here you can see 2 heavy bolters. I think there's 2 more heavy bolters on the side. Yep. You've got the up top. You've got like a heavy stubber. This thing's bristling with DACA.
But wait, there's more. Ooh, tabletop minions.
Tabletop minions. I'm a big fan of Uncle Adam, watching his stuff. And here we've got one of his Death Guard. In fact, I think that big old scythe might actually be... No, because he's got the stomach teeth. I don't know if it's Typhus or not. It might just be a random Death Guard guy. If anyone here knows about Death Guard and wants to correct me on who this guy is, y'all let me know.
My uncle?
Does your uncle have stomach teeth?
Yeah, it's just him. Terrible reunions.
I always enjoy watching Uncle Adam though, so check him out on YouTube. And he usually does like thought-provoking war game topics. It's like kind of talking head videos. They're really cool. Not all of them I feel like apply to me, or do I sit down for? It's not Typhus. Okay, it's just another. Maybe it's just customized with a scythe like that. I feel like this is just one of the regular kind of Terminator guys. But whoever he is, he's cool.
Miniature Polia. Oh yeah.
Yep.
I like that. I think that's so cool that you would pose it by plants. That is so
Yeah.
neat.
I love this take on a colorful and vibrant Necron. So if you're still watching Necron Lord Keegan here, definitely I think this is a one to look at because it's such a cool looking Necron.
Very nice.
It's like the little flying thing underneath that he's riding on. Looks like it's kind of inspired by insect colors, but then the Necron himself seems more inspired by colorful plants. So.
Black Arc Miniatures. White Scarred Love. This looks like kind of your work there, buddy.
I thank you. Some really cool Assault Marines for some white scars.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, I was thinking about adding some Assault Marines of this new style that I did for my Ultras to my white scars. And I was like, well, if they're going away, might as well just have one redundant unit. But now that I know they'll be back in Primaris form, and these are Primaris size, I might paint some up for my scars too.
Very nice. Ooh. Very nice.
Dude, this one, first of all, their post here is about the land speeders, which is cool. Speeders look great. But you look at the body shape, what they've done is they've taken a Space Wolf flyer, the Storm Wolf,
Yes.
and they've converted it into being the Storm Raven for Space Marines. And they've got the rockets there, they've got the assault cannons on top, and so they've just switched out one big flyer for another, and it looks really cool done up this way. I like it a lot. I mean, I've always loved the Storm Wolf, so I might be biased, but I think it looks cool as hell. I love that conversion. Oh yeah, and the speeders look great too. I forgot.
Yeah.
Screw
the speeders, but everything else.
I'm just really admiring this conversion here because I love the Storm Wolf so much. The speeders look amazing too. I know someone that's getting rid of one of these Storm Speeders, and I plan to pick it up for my scars, helping them downsize their collection. Oh yeah, that's the DACA variant with the 2 stubbers and the auto cannon. There's lots of DACA.
Storm of Chagoris.
Storm of Chagoris. That sounds like a White Scars channel if I ever heard one. By the way, I really love all the markings there. Obviously, they've taken some painstaking great care to, this is definitely like a mask off.
Yes.
Do it separately kind of job to get those clean lines, which is takes a lot of skill. Masking something off with tape looks like it's easy to do, but I can guarantee you after trying it myself, it is not. And to get such sharp angles and stuff like that, that takes some work. They've done a great job with it.
A mini lot.
I know we're
Leia?
that is Leia from
Wow.
Imperial Assault, I think.
Very nicely done.
I mean, they did the makeup and everything.
They
A
did.
little bit of the eyeshadow there and the lip.
Gorgeous. Very well done, Leia Organa.
Yeah, and I mean her snowsuit. I mean, white
Right
is
on,
not
man.
an easy color to shade, but they've done it. You
Yeah,
know,
very well done. Yes.
I wanted to get they took 10 pics. I wanted to get a few different angles. I didn't get all of 10 of them, but I want to get a few different angles to show like the back of the coat. Texture is well done. You know, again, the highlights, the shading is done nicely. But yeah, they've done a great job with Leia.
Jabunka.
Bunka, another friend of the channel. Debunka is a Twitch streamer. You can find him on Twitch under the name Debunka. And I thought it was great timing that he finished up the Terminator Captain around the same time that I did, and it looks great. I thought it should be showcased here. So yeah, some good looking work there, brother. I love that is the way the colors pop on the Tyranid. He's just stamping out. It kind of reminds me of like a Gears of War or Doom, where you can belay something and then you run up to it and stomp it to finish it off. That's what it reminds me of. A little tip here about marking stuff off with tape for your markings. It says after you lay down your tape, spray it with varnish and then paint. And remove your tape. Your lines won't bleed, and all the markings will be sharp. I'm definitely gonna have to try that next time. Keegan, another Necron I wanted to capture just for you because you've been into your Necrons and your Voton lately. And so yeah, this is a pretty cool. I think this is one of the Scorpec Lords, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Scorpec Lord. This person says Indominus throwback. Great work on the Necron metal overall, and definitely love that Tesseract kind of glow from the blades there. And the gun, very nice.
Amy who does stuff.
Amy who does stuff.
Well, let's check it out, Amy.
This I thought was just a really well done Tons of Horus model, like with a nice tasteful amount of weathering. I love how it's all chipped and running down the shoulder blade and stuff like that. Just some really good weathering. Looking good, Amy. Again, some nice weathering techniques used.
Oh, nice dusting. Ah, dang it. Just your average 40K painter. I like how they put that on there. It's like, nothing to see here. Looks amazing, though. And then, Tom Eddington, Bristol, UK.
Sorry, I'm a few seconds behind on my screen. So, just your average 40K painter was some Corn Berserkers, which is very cool. And this one, you know, I love some retro style synthwave stuff, and this is so cool to see on the Space Marine. I just love that color and vibe. And this is a whip, of course, but it's mostly done. It looks like it just needs to be put together, and I can't wait to see it put together. I love, love, love the way those colors are blending together.
Yes.
And I think that is it for Art of the Week. Oh no, these Tyranids.
Yeah.
Is that Gerpy?
Yep, Gerpy, yep.
Some really cool looking purple Tyranids here. And they're batch painting, and they say they got these down to about 35 minutes a model. So that's cool. I mean, probably is pretty intimidating when you're doing a large Tyranid force with such small bugs. I think these guys are only like 5 points a model, you know, because they're a horde army. So I can definitely see where the intimidation sets in. You're like, okay, 35 minutes a model. They're only like 5 points, so I need like 90 of these guys. And of course, Brother Thomas.
Yeah, his Necro.
With his Necromancer. Very, very cool.
Very nice, brother.
With his level 60 badassery. Yeah, our brother is hardcore on the grind, man. Anytime something comes out, he's like, I got the next set of armor.
Man,
He's a badass.
well,
Lots of
freaking great.
Yeah, great work, everyone.
Art, yeah.
And lots of great news from GW front. A couple of other things to note. At Monday, Brother Oni will be showing Freaking Eyes some Conquest, which is a different game, but a great looking war game. Also, it's a 32 millimeter scale, so a little bit bigger than most Warhammer. But it's got some really cool models.
Girthy.
And yeah, from Parabellum Games. And like I said, she showed us the models. The models look amazing. And we're going to learn to play it. And this one, actually, Freak will probably whoop my butt. 'Cause this one, rolling ones, is like the critical success.
Yay!
The lower, the better. So yeah, this is going to be pretty awesome. So that's what we got coming up. Also, something we kind of talked about this week, and I thought maybe a little transparency, throw it to the chat, see what you guys think. You can let us know in the chat or in the comments below. But of course, we love Warhammer. Warhammer is our primary, you know, we love Warhammer.
Yep.
But of course, we talked about doing maybe a Friday show with some D&D. We put some Conquest or some Shatterpoint stuff up on the channel before. I will be doing some BattleTech BattleTech content in the future, and of course, we're looking at maybe doing some Conquest content here on the channel. So we're sticking with Warhammer as our primary, the front and center, of course. But yeah, being that we're dipping our toes in a few other game systems right now, we're thinking about maybe expanding it to, like, you know, Frost and Fist tabletop gaming. You know, thought it might update the brand a little bit. Just wanted to see what you guys think.
Gives an opportunity to be more inclusive to other gaming systems, not just Warhammer. I mean, Warhammer is still our thing, like he said. Love playing the game. We love everything about Warhammer. We get excited whenever, you know, we see the new models, especially like all these intercessors that are coming out, man. Ooh. So yeah, this is still going to be a major part of like the news and all that stuff. But to be able to dip our toe in other different things, to be a little more diversified, I think that'll be a little. First of all, it'll be fun. And secondly, I think it will also give opportunities for you guys to maybe, you know, check them out. You know, there might be a system that you may really like thinking, hey, I might consider playing something else, or diversify your gaming styles. Say, that's a good way to do that. So that's why we want to do that. But adding the additional tag of we're not changing anything. We're just adding the additional descriptions and the tag at the end of our names, such as Frost and Fist, dash tabletop gaming. So kind of be more of an inclusive type of gaming channel. So definitely let us know what your thoughts are. If that's something that you guys could really put your mind around.
Or if you guys want to see the other way, if you are like, hey, guys, I came here for Warhammer, stick to Warhammer. First of all, we're so off the rails. I don't know
how you made it this far. I get it. Either you're a vegetable or you really really like us. I mean, one of the two. But I've heard that some vegetables even don't like us. I don't know.
But yeah, if anyone would rather us just focus on Warhammer, let us know that in the comments too. Or if you're okay with us expanding these other games. Thomas says, what about A Song of Ice and Fire? Actually, I was looking at getting into that, and someone has mentioned maybe around my birthday they might help me get into the game. I love the Game of Thrones. I've never read the books, but I love the shows, and I've really enjoyed them. And my wife is even reading through the book series right now, so. Yeah, I'm interested to get into it, and I was thinking that mostly I'll probably want to play Starks. Also, Night Watch seemed pretty cool, but yeah, I mean, definitely lots of cool stuff there. So, y'all be you. Thank you so much, brother. Warlord Games has some killer rule sets. That's cool. I don't know what all Warlord Games does, but I do know that they're mostly known for their historicals, and in that case, that is one area of gaming I am not interested in to expand into, because
not big into the historicals.
Yeah, I'm not really into it. Lions Rampant, I've heard is pretty good. Duolingo teaches Greater Valerian. Lily and I were learning Valerian for a little while, and then I'm so bad with learning languages. I fall off the wagon because I'm like, I get to like day 10, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it, and then I don't, and then Duolingo threatens my family and stuff like that, and it's crazy. I simp for Turnip 78. I'm not sure what 28 is about, but that sounds pretty interesting. I might have to check it out. All right, guys, that's going to do us for tonight. Thank you for joining us for our news. Thank you for joining us for Art of the Week, for our pork chops, and all the hobby goodness that we've been working on. And yeah, that's going to settle us for tonight, and we can't wait. Oh, another announcement is I'm going to be taking part in Mini Warmutt's painting challenge this month, which is just how much from the first to the end of the month can we get painted. And he's got a little challenge video going on right now, and I'm going to participate in that. So I'm going to be doing my entry video tomorrow, and I'm thinking, because he requested some updates throughout the month just to kind of show where we're at, and I'm thinking about bringing back Wolf Brother Wednesday, where I just have a little old school style, the old school YouTube hobby videos where it's just like camera down. Hey guys, this is what I'm working on this week.
Yep.
This is what I painted. I'm just probably going to do a quick update on Wednesdays.
Do it.
So yeah, so look forward to that. Hope me put out more content and give me some motivation for painting. Definitely recommend checking out Mini Warmutt's channel for the painting challenge, and maybe you should join in and see if it'll motivate you to get something painted up this month. If you guys liked tonight's episode, please make sure that you smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below, especially if you're watching from the archives. Feel free to be part of tonight's ridiculous conversations, or any of the serious conversations, like what of the Nova reveals interested you. And if you guys are to any of our friends down in the link tree, the Friends of the Frosted Fist, and if you're not subscribed to this guy and this guy, then we would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frosted Fist. So subscribe. Until the next time, guys, stay frosty.
Hey, Frosty.